Robotnik. My name is Dr. Ivo Robotnik. Dr. Ivo Robotnik. My name is Dr. Eggman. No! Oh, it's from the show! It's from the show! From the show! Oh, it's from the show! It's from the show! From the show! I'm gonna be on TV! I'm gonna be a TV star! I'm gonna be on TV! Oh, it's from the show! I want you to block my clothes, make me happy, and Sonic, the monitors, scrap my monkey, take that hedgehog, tear every hair from my beautiful ball, block my clothes, make me happy, and Sonic, the monitors, scrap my monkey, take that hedgehog, tear every hair from my beautiful ball. My name is Robotnik. Baby. My name is Robotnik. Baby. Robotnik, yeah. Robotnik, rah. Oh, it's from the show. It's from the show. From the show. Oh, it's from the show. It's from the show. From the show. I'm gonna be on TV. I'm gonna be a TV star. I'm gonna be on TV. Oh, it's from the show. No wonder people say, look, no wonder people say, look like Santa Claus. No wonder people say, look, no wonder people say, look like Sonic. What? More chimneys! More chimneys! More! Make me happy! Make me happy! Make me happy! Make me more happy! Oh, it's from the show! It's from the show! From the show! Oh, it's from the show! It's from the show! From the show! I'm gonna be on TV! I'm gonna be a TV star! I'm gonna be on TV! Oh, it's from the show! It's my new English! Just like me, he's crooked. How do you like it? We love it! It's large! I'm gonna be on TV! I'm gonna be a TV star! I'm gonna be on TV!
No more music!
You know, I kind of missed a trick there. I could have started talking right when I said no more music and cut out the music entirely. You'd think I'd know that considering I've listened to that stupid fucking YouTube poop remix for years and I've been using it now for a while. Hello. Final Fantasy again. I did do my homework before stream. Over the course of the week, I did, trying to level this audio, right? I did do my homework. I got the side quests mostly done. I'll double check with Train on one of them if, I was right to stop where I did. Because I think I almost progressed the plot. Hopefully I made sure to save when I think I did. I didn't check that today like I originally intended to because I got, distracted by, a gift I was given. I'll mention the new game to Train when they're on, which they will be in just a few minutes when I call them. Well, in a few minutes, I mean more like seconds, because I'm going to call them at 45 EST. It's 44 right now. I'm not sure. I honestly know this game's still got a while left in it, because even after I finish the main campaign, which I think is I think I'm on like 12 of 18 or something like that, chapter-wise. I think. No, I'm on the 14th chapter right now. And I think there's like 18 or so? So I still got a number of chapters of question mark length. And then I have Yuffie's whole story. So I still have probably past October left on this game. But, we will see. Alright, let me, turn off the music. Turn that off. Let me turn Final Fantasy's audio back on. Listen to that music. That doesn't sound like complete chaos because I didn't pick it myself. Alright, and let me call Da Boys. Hello? Hello? I don't hear anything. Hold on. Are you talking? Oh, you are talking. Hold on. Let me, Oh, Discord probably did that thing where it changed my audio. Yep. I see what's happening. Hold on. Hold on. There we go.
Yay!
Yeah, it's decided to do that thing where because a lot of like microphones like these have options to put in like headphones and listen to audio through them. It sometimes Discord's like, why don't I just switch to that? Lol.
Yeah, sounds like Discord, alright.
So how you doing?
Surviving in the heat, I guess. Yourself?
Fair enough. Fair enough. About the same. It's not as bad as it was about like 2 weeks ago, though. Like, ugh, that was fucking god awful.
Yeah, back on our 4th heat wave.
I did do.
Love climate change.
But they told me it wasn't real.
Yeah, well, they also told you that like God loves you, so life's full of
Well, see,
disappointments.
Well, see, that one I knew was fake. But, anyway, I did do most of, if not all of the side stuff. The one I didn't get is the last Corneo, stash, but I think I had to progress the story to get to it anyway. But, like, the Colosseum's all done, the Chocobos are done, the medicine and all those other little odds and ends are all finished.
Woo.
And also, everybody has their... Actually, let me double check for weapon upgrades, though. But everybody has their abilities all unlocked. Shoot, which sword do I want? Actually, no, I do like the hard edge the most.
You like being hard. Gotcha.
Penis jokes.
Gotta make them while we can.
What do you mean, while we can?
Because you know, those fucking disgusting Puritans have their way, and we can't even make vague sexual references anymore.
That's true.
Which you might think, man, that's a really, that's a really unlikely thing. Yeah,
No.
but then wasn't like, but I was gonna say, then you have like that Stripe like card company, basically saying that trying to say they would block any and all payments for anything LGBTQ related on their grounds. So you know.
First they came for the porn, I said nothing, and then... Jokes aside, like, both are fucked up. Like, who, like, you don't... Shut up. You don't get to decide that. You just process the payment processor.
Yeah, well, the problem is it's, I mean, well, there's several problems, but one of sort of the big issues that you're actually going to face, that you are starting to face now, is that now, before, when everyone would just go to Pornhub or whatever, and everything was like, somewhat regulated. Now people
It's now like bleeding out everywhere.
Yeah. Well, now it's like, okay, people go to a lot less sites with a lot less ethical practices in terms of what they do. So you just put more people that aren't like covered by any of these acts or attempts at censorship so far. So all you've done is you just put more people in more danger. Who could have foreseen that apart from literally everybody?
Everybody who told them, it's like, hey, don't do this, or this will happen.
Don't worry, because we saved the kids.
Just think of those children that we're not thinking about.
Oh, no, we didn't. As I said, you've made it so... Well, yes, there was questionable content. At least it was in a space where people knew which could be a lot more easily regulated.
This actually makes me think of a point that someone made, and I actually agree with this, is that there aren't really, like, spaces online, like, for kids like there was. Like, there's no, like, go to the Cartoon Network site and fart around and play games and shit.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize
like
that until
YouTube.
like someone pointed this out, and I was like, shit, that's that's true, and that's also really fucked.
The closest you get is like YouTube Kids or Roblox, but Roblox also really love pedophiles, so
Yeah, cause like when I was a kid online, I wasn't online as much, but like there were very clear spaces, so like I rarely bumped into. I don't even think I bumped into adults as a kid. I just ran into other kids.
yeah.
And that's really, really a shame.
Yeah, and rather than propagate like safe spaces or much more childlike friendly areas, we instead decide to do this draconian stance that, like I said, only pushes more people to go and seek out like damaging material from a lot less regulated spaces.
Yeah.
And of course, knock-on effects of targeting people's civil liberties and blatant attempts at censorship. It's a slippery slope that nobody should have really gone on, because it's ultimately just gonna fail, and all it'll do is just piss off a lot of people for no reason.
Yep.
Like I said, you had a far better chance when everything was in spaces that were a lot easier to actually regulate. Or it's like, yeah, Pornhub, yeah, kids might have been able to access Pornhub, but hey, at least you knew what was on there.
Also, most of the
Now-
time, kids, like, especially, weren't, like, looking for that, unless they were, like, if they were looking for it, it was something they were already aware of and knowing about. It's not something that you would, like, run into on your day-to-day as a kid, just going through your, like, going to, like, Nickelodeon online and Neopets and shit like that.
I mean, we've all seen what Google's like without safe search, or without safe search on in the past, but
Yeah, I actually, you know, as a kid, I never really did run into, like, shit like that. Not saying it wasn't there, obviously, but I never, like, ran into it. I don't remember the first time I did run into any of that kind of stuff, to be honest, now that I think about it.
I probably did. I can't recall any specific things, but to be fair, like I have stronger memories of finding my dad's porn collection under his bed. So
I mean, that was a very that was more common back then. Was like
yeah,
running into your parents'
That's
porn
what I have a
collection.
much. Yeah, but that's like a thing I have a much stronger memory of than like any like porn I might have accidentally stumbled across when I was a wee child.
I think the first time I ever saw like any kind of nudity in anything was like a fucking like anime VHS I borrowed. And I think it was Orgus 2 of all things. Take that however you will.
Like I said, we've moved from having things in spaces that are relatively easy to police, or
Oh yeah, because like
have
there was
control.
Because like my mom, to be fair to her, did have like a number of parental controls on the computer, so she was honestly a little too flippant with it sometimes, where she would like turn things on. Like one of the things she banned was I showed her Eskimo Bob, and she was like, "Well, it might be inappropriate." I'm like, it literally, as a kid, I was like, "It's literally just a silly cartoon. They don't even swear." But like it was weird because I could watch PG-13 movies and such, but to be fair, with it being the internet and it being a new thing, I can kind of understand too. And honestly, that's better than just being full-on loose with kids online.
I mean, I argued last time that the problem is that parents aren't allowed to parent, or parents refuse to parent, and that's like the be-all end-all. Because like I said before, when I was a child, yes, you can make sort of arguments like this would have been a lot more acceptable. Even when you were a child, arguments like this would have been like a lot more sort of acceptable, just because parents didn't like. It was new technology. Parents had like no idea what was going on. And so, yeah, but the problem is that people who have kids these days are our age.
Yeah, and not all of them can think back and be like, okay, I understand why they did this, or actually they were right to do this, or this is how like, let me tweak this a little bit. Like for example, with that, it's like, okay, yeah, that was a little more draconian than it should have been because they don't understand it, but I understand it, so I know this is about where I should go. Instead, they just don't even fucking do that. Randomly, I was thinking today how I was like, yeah, my parents rarely ever, like, went out and got fast food. Now, despite the fact that I am a fat ass now, they were absolutely right not to do that, because A, not good for you, and B, expensive as hell.
But rather than do, like, sensible things, because like I said, there's no excuse in modern times for a parent who is in our generation to not have some amount of online, like, be aware of what, like, their childs are doing online, or be aware of, like, the simple safeguarding measures you can do in your own, like, sort of home and day-to-day.
Yeah.
Like, to not know is just willful negligence.
Because
like
we've had
not
parental
knowing...
controls even in, like, consoles since, like, the PS2.
Yeah, I mean, to put it in perspective, a friend of mine...
TVs have had them for even longer.
Yeah, so a friend of mine who, is raising a... Well, not a child, like a teenager, but is raising a teenager, had his device is rigged up, so he had a kill switch because he had like rules about like strict internet times and the sort of things he could look at.
Yeah.
These things that are reasonably sensible that he, as I said, you can do very simply without having to pay anything extra or do anything extra or put yourselves in massive risks of fraud. But we won't do that because that would require parents to actually, have to parent. And we know this is. We know that this is why. We know this is why. Or it is a matter of them not wanting to parent because, I mean, fuck me, iPad babies. They exist. We see them every single day. Kids who are just going down the street and the parents have their fucking phones tuned into like Coco Melon or some.
Oh yeah, or
know,
like the
brain rot-
iPads
dog
and shit.
brain rot dog shit.
I have a rule, and actually one of my friends has a rule. So obviously I don't want kids, but I have a rule like if I'm ever babysitting like say like a family member's kid or something like that, no Coco Melon. That's no, fuck that. That is absolute dreck. No. If I'm going to show them anything, like if they're really young, I'd want to show them more like honestly stuff like akin to like Blue's Clues or or even like fucking Sesame Street, like something that's like slower paced. Because you don't really want to throw that. Hell, Bear in the Big Blue House actually really good for like really really young kids. But also, if I was going to the store, I wouldn't want to give them an iPad or something like that to watch while we're going grocery shopping. No, you don't need that. You don't need it. Sorry.
More importantly, like aside from personal preferences like that, it just is like very easy to see how it is damaging children's like social development capabilities in the modern day.
Yeah.
And YouTube can say all it likes about how it moderates the content on YouTube Kids. Doesn't stop their fucking vile dogshit ads promoting gambling to children.
You're not gonna try to screw us over.
Or their paedophile platforms like Roblox.
Yep. It used to be Minecraft.
Yeah, but then Minecraft only became for old people.
True.
Say what?
He betrays us, he dies.
And then Fortnite only became for Twitch streamers.
Fine by me.
Also, we've now joined up with Leslie.
Good job, Leslie.
I like, what was he, like, if he betrays us, he dies. He's like, yeah, that's fine by me, and Tifa's like, he means it.
I mean, nothing wrong with a little betrayal here and there between friends.
You guys ready?
Yeah, let's go to the sewer.
Okay.
But, it's fine, because what we really need to do is get back to these good Christian values, like women not being able to vote.
It's a trap.
What?
No one's
I'm trying to bring up, because I'm pretty sure the Secretary of Defense is a parishioner at a church for a man who preaches that exact thing.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. They're already talking about the idea of like, what if we overturn gay marriage? It would be the next step if they got that through.
What if we got rid of women's ability to have votes? But it's insane that people just let these sort of things go by, because I guess it is just the fact of the matter is they never think, well, it will affect you or it will come for you.
hold up yours. Yeah.
Yep.
But I guess that's historically just like mankind in general.
Yeah,
I was
the
watching
whole-
look.
They came for X, and I said nothing. Fucking shit.
Yeah, I mean, that obviously is very relevant, and I'm not downplaying that. But I was watching a thing, like even in like a even more simple terms, I was watching something earlier that was talking about how like jellyfish populations skyrocket when we remove like keystone species like species of sharks that predate on them, and that has like detrimental effects not just in terms of like making beaches far worse because jellyfish are way more dangerous than any
Especially like a
species of
fucking
shark.
man of war.
Yeah, but then you also have like the added problem of like so because they become so numerous and they then get lodged into like storm drains and like the sort of water filtration systems at power plants, most of which are built on coasts,
You three lead.
and shut them down.
I'll follow a short distance.
And also because of the because of all of the like micro creatures and fish species that they eat that prevents a lot of oxygen that's trapped in the ocean from being released from like algae being devoured. So which then reduces global like oxygen levels on the planet.
Yeah, but sharks scary.
Yeah, but let's just keep hunting these really important predators.
Yeah, but sharks scary. I saw the Jaws movie that. By the way, it's nothing against Jaws of the movie or me condemning Jaws of the movie. It's a good fucking movie. People are stupid.
Well, as I said, the problem is you have effectively a series of creatures that are highly adapted and specialised for their environments, and those environments are very important because of, like I said, the way in which oxygen that's trapped within algae is released back into the atmosphere. Or things like jellyfish or keeping like jellyfish population or the population of other like disastrous like sort of creatures and fish down. I think the key example is like Yellowstone, right? They removed like the wolf population in Yellowstone, and it led to a massive overabundance of elk, which destroyed so much of the grassland, and led to like entire generations of elks effectively starving.
Oh yeah, but wolves scary.
So then when they were forced to reintroduce Canadian wolves to try,
repopulate. And get everything back in order again. Yeah, because like I said, most creatures are evolved into incredibly specific niches that need to be filled. Yeah, but scary. Get rid of them. They scare me. Listen, I am terrified of some types of bees, but I'm not gonna say we should fucking kill all of those bees. That's just stupid.
Oh, don't worry, we're handling that too.
I know we are. But we shouldn't be.
I mean, sharks especially are like, I think, the creatures that get the worst rap for how relatively docile they are.
Yeah, they usually, they're, honestly, dolphins are gonna fuck with you more likely than a shark.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, sharks are specialised to their predative need, So, like, 9 out of 10 times, like, or probably higher than that, like 99 out of 100 times, like, if a shark bites you, they just probably fuck off after that. It's very rare they actually come back and fully sedate on people. And it's not even just a case of, like, the old theory of mistaken identity, because they actually think there's a lot more variety of reasons now, like, defensive things, because you obviously have like an influx of like influencers, people who think they're being viewed by touching the shark and annoying it.
People doing stupid things to animals and pissing them off? Never.
Or people who decide it's appropriate to like get in the water when a shark has killed something, and then that's when they get territorial. And it's like, no, my food. Oh well. Keep on fucking everything up, people. We'll kill humanity one day.
We?
The royal we. Hey man, I'm all for killing all humans. I think we've had it too good for too long.
Don't mind me, I'm just killing a crab.
Killing crabs in the ocean.
Well, no, it's in the sewers.
It's not quite a pain explosion.
Yeah. Moderately sized enemy crab.
Is it a shame that game never actually came out?
That game did come out.
Did it?
Yeah.
I thought
It's
it
pretty
didn't.
good.
Because
No.
after that, after that whole giant enemy crab reveal thing, and then I never heard anyone ever talk about it. So I was like, oh, I guess it just didn't.
I own it.
No. That's funny, as I think for some reason, like, there's become a bit of a trend for like Turtle Power to have a like resurgence, that like rap song for the first TMNT movie.
Oh! That reminded me. I've heard I can't remember if I mentioned this to you. I've heard a really funny term for Turtles fans who only like the 88 cartoon.
Oh yeah, I think you mentioned this before.
A cow of boomers.
Yeah, you said that last time.
Okay, I couldn't remember if I brought it up or not. It was very important because it's such a funny term. No, funny enough, in the same breath, I bought recently a remastered versions of like the 88 figures of like Mikey, Donnie, Leo, Raph, Splinter, and Shredder. Basically, they're based off the same sculpt, but like they have like elbow bends, knee bends, swivels in the feet, and all that kind of shit. Like basically modern joints.
Hi, Sabo.
Hello, Sabo.
I have arrived.
You
Talk
have.
about turtles.
He heard Ninja Turtles and had to come in. He
Wow.
wanted to hear about the Cowboy Boomers.
I've actually been rewatching Beast Wars.
Truck Knot Monkey.
What does that have to do? Okay, what does that have to do with turtles?
Oh, it's because we were talking about, because he wanted to talk about the term people have for like people who only like the 80s cartoon because it's based off of the G1ers from TF fandom.
Yeah, for them rather than G Woon, it's Cowboy Boomers, and I fucking
Also,
love
to
that
be
term.
fair-
It's really funny.
Also, to be fair, there is that one crossover figure they have.
True.
Turtles will cross over with anyone.
It's
Yeah.
true. They really will.
They're the
I could
horse of the
Real,
comic
real
world.
fans like the original live-action movies, obviously.
Funny enough, I was just saying how for some reason I think the rap from that movie is having like a weird resurgence.
Oh, which one?
Turtle Power by Partners in Crime.
Oh, that's really funny because like I was like on a kick listening to that song last year, and then for no reason other than I just wanted to listen to it.
I mean, better than Ninja Rap. At least it's about the turtles.
Even if it does get the leader wrong.
Yeah, but Ninja Rap actually had the ice show up, so you know, before he started building houses.
Yeah, but people want Vanilla Ice to show up. I
I
feel like all stocks in Vanilla Ice went out the door as soon as Eminem showed up. It's like,
feel like all stocks in Vanilla Ice went out the door like 2 minutes after he showed up.
yeah, true, but like,
Even at the
like-
height of his popularity, there like people were making jokes about how lame he was.
and
Yeah.
then you had like then an actual white rapper who people mostly respected showed up, and it's like, oh, okay, well, he's forever done now.
He's like, all right, let's go back to building houses. My 15 minutes of fame are up. At least he didn't scam anyone like certain other people with 15 minutes of fame.
That narrows it down.
I'm talking about the Hawk Tua girl.
I had a feeling
Oh.
it was that one.
Could have applied to like fucking hundreds of people, man.
It's like she became a meme. She got a podcast over a meme. She's like, well, I'm not going to become famous for very long. I'll just come up with a meme coin, scam a lot of people out of all their money, and then run away.
I mean, they fell for it, so at a certain point.
Crypto coin's been around for so long that people should just be like, hey, hold on, that's a fucking scam. It's crypto.
That was a very intelligent, surprisingly logical way of looking at. Well, I'm probably only going to be famous for like a couple months tops because I'm a meme. They don't last very long. I'd better just rip off everyone while I can and run away. Fair points.
And in cases like that, it's hard to feel really sympathy for the victims. I'm sorry. Like, it's a fucking scam.
Like
If you
fucking
didn't know
Brady.
it was a scam, like, you have no fucking. It is kind of like being sad for the guy who like puts his hand into a wood chipper and then is like, oh my god, this wood chipper cut off my hand. I'm like, well, yeah, what the fuck do you think it was gonna do? You've done this to yourself.
Well,
It's
I
like
wanted
whenever-
to test my luck.
It's like whenever anybody does something stupid at the zoo, gets killed, I only really feel bad for the animal if they put down the animal. I don't care about that person. They were the fucking idiot and shouldn't have done that. Honestly,
It's
they
like,
shouldn't have put down the animal. They should have just put that as a lesson.
Now,
I
we
watched this
still
in
talk
One
about-
Piece where Zoro tests his luck by throwing up a sword and seeing if the blunt end hits his arm or cuts his arm off. I figured I'd do it with a wood chipper.
Yeah.
I guess I'm unlucky.
And all
Remember,
these
kids,
years
if you
later,
can dodge a
we're
wrench,
still
you can
talking
dodge a
about
ball. You can dodge traffic, you can dodge a ball.
all these years later, we're still sort of alluding to Harambe.
Oh, it's not even just Harambe. This happens more often than just that. Harambe's just the famous one. Damn, these sewers
But
are all
unless
fucked up.
they're killer whales, then they can kill a lot of people and never get punished.
Yeah.
The mark of avalanche. Right. Jesse and Biggs
Make that
just
make
scouts and
sense.
key down here.
I never got the chance to thank them for what they did.
Tifa.
Let's just keep
Well, you see, they have pretty
okay?
privilege. A lot of animals will get by just being considered cool or good-looking to people, and they won't kill them. Or they had like a movie called Shamu that only I remember anymore.
I think you're making that up.
I remember.
There were
the film
multiple
Orca.
Shamu movies.
I think
There
you're
was
making
even
that up.
there was even a parody of the jump scene, I think in The Simpsons, where they had the whale fall on the guy, or was that? It was a car. Maybe
That's
it was
Free Willy.
Free
That's
Willy.
Free Willy. That's
Oh,
not
Free
Shamu.
Willy! Fucking, I'm dumb.
Shamu was the whale at SeaWorld, and he never had a movie.
I got it mixed
Yeah,
up.
Hey,
It's fine. It
wasn't this
happens.
locked before?
It's like Shazam and
me,
Kazam.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I
Yeah,
ask
well.
you something?
We used to be able to do that joke with Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel.
You could have lost everything.
Yeah, well, then Marvel stole Captain Marvel
That
Yeah.
really it?
after DC stole Captain Marvel.
Kind of poetic in a fucked up way.
Let's go.
Yeah. What are you gonna do though?
You call the Ghostbusters? I don't know.
Easy now.
That was the thing. I was trying to explain to my father, who was there, but obviously I guess wasn't like neither of my sisters had been born by then. But I was trying to explain about the Kenner Star Wars action figure IOUs.
That it?
The what? Sorry.
Alright, so when the original Star Wars came out, nobody thought it was going to be good. Nobody thought it was going to be big. Some people, had inklings it was going to be good, but they were kind of cult classic sort of thing. So part of the thing was they sold the license for dirt fucking cheap. And so the license to produce, Star Wars toys was picked up by Kenner, a small little toy company. So anyway, Star Wars came out and was a major financial success and a cultural and a massive impact on culture. And soon enough, it became very apparent there would not be anywhere near enough stocks for toys for kids, especially with the holiday period coming up where everybody wanted Star Wars figures. So what they did instead is they basically gave parents IOUs or tickets that they could then take to the toy store at a later date.
Fuck! I remember hearing about this.
To which, all well and good, it's a solution to a problem, but man, it must fucking suck for little Timmy to get a box with IOU one F1s.
I owe you one Wookiee. Fuck my Wookiee. Ah, fuck.
I think Marvel had the license for Star Wars for $1. Which I will stress was not some amazing scam deal by Marvel. It was fully intended to basically give them the license for free to create publicity with a comic book, because that was the done thing at the time.
Nerds like comics.
Well, yeah, because this was also the period where comic books would be in grocery stores, so it wasn't even just a matter of getting nerds to like
Yeah,
it. Is that
typically
you
there'd
would
be
have,
there was a magazine rack, or even they would have them over by the registers. You just grab the book.
So you would have a case of kids with their parents at the grocery store being like, "Oh, Star Wars, that's that thing that's playing at the movie theater. I want to read this. Oh, hey, I like this. I'll go see the movie.
Yeah.
So
And-
it was like, it wasn't a case of like, oh, this is some grand plan to fuck over Marvel by getting the rights for cheap. It was, or fuck over
how are we supposed
Lucas
to
by
get topside?
getting the rights for cheap. It was all like a calculated plan.
Yeah.
Then you're telling me we're not done? Sorry,
I mean,
guys.
just, and you know,
It's not that
completely
simple.
coincidentally, you know, after the toy rights to Star Wars defaulted back to Lucas, that was when he decided that absolutely we need to make the prequels now. Sure, it was completely coincidental.
Coincidence, yes.
Of course.
So
course.
yes, that is the fun story of children in like Christmas 1979 being given IOUs for toys.
Sorry, Timmy, no Chewbacca. But we did get C-3PO.
Fast and whip that way.
I think pretty sure none of them like were produced in the content at the level that they needed to be.
Oh, probably not.
Like I
But
said,
it's just funny. It's
nobody-
just funny to say.
Nobody thought Star Wars would be good because like they tried big budget sci-fi before Star Wars and it had all failed.
Yeah, honestly, when you think about it in retrospect, it is kind of a shock it went as big as it did.
So there was this like period in like the sort of 50s where like every studio tried at least one big budget like sci-fi movie that was meant to be taken seriously, like not a B movie, not something that was like tongue in cheek or just without
Like Flash Gordon.
Like an A movie. Yeah. So well, Flash Gordon was like a serial. What I'm more thinking is like Forbidden Planet.
Oh no, there was the
World.
Flash Gordon movie that came later.
Yeah, it was in the 80s. The one with Queen's, the sung by Queen on it.
Yeah.
Yes, 80s. So yeah, like everyone had tried like a big budget sci-fi movie in the 50s because you know sci-fi was taking off. But they all sort of failed. I don't know. They made money, but they weren't like and they reviewed well, but they weren't like the massive successes that people wanted. And it was only really in like the sort of and you know this is around the period where Star Trek was around, but then Star Trek got cancelled. And it was only really in like the sort of like 70s when you had like the whammy of Star Wars of like 2001, Star Wars, Alien, you know, these like big sci-fi movies that were doing well like critically and commercially. They kind of had like the sort of resurgence, the like full like surge of true like sci-fi at like high quality. Which isn't like meant to be a slight, because you know B movies are great.
Yeah.
We need more of them.
Honestly, I think we don't have enough these days.
Definitely. But yeah, so it was kind of the attempt of like the sort of big cultural effect of Star Wars that kind of led to the big surge of like sci-fi, basically from like the 80s onwards. Because yeah, you did have like Flash Gordon being picked up and turned into a big movie. Maybe it shouldn't have, but it did.
But yeah, it's because typically like one of them will do well, and that's when like studios are like, oh, but let's do that now. Some of them, with varying results, sometimes being shit, and other times you get some decent shit out of it too.
I mean, I kind of think you needed like almost the holy trinity of having 2001, Alien, and Star Wars all do really well in that sort of period.
Yeah.
Because aside from anything else, like you had 2001, which was which is obviously a very sort of cerebral movie. A lot you can read from it. A lot of people can also read from it. But then you also have like Star Wars, your high-flying adventure. It's like, I'm not going to say like for the masses, but yeah, you know, the big adventure that everyone can enjoy. And then Alien, your kind of more down to well, you know. Sort of pun, not really a pun, but you know, this little bit intended, but down to earth, grimy horror. So you did show people, and not only did sci-fi have like legs, it applied to a lot of different things. And it's kind of like that, which then got like studios to actually have another go, and obviously technology evolving made it a bit more lucrative to try. It's also around the time when you see a bunch of like the old 50s B movies getting remade into their like more grisly, successful remakes.
Yeah.
The Fly, the Bot, the Blob, the Thing. A trend that didn't really continue when you got the remake of Stargate like a few years after it came out in the form of Atlantis: The Lost Empire. Oh, I'm sorry. We're pretending it's not. We're pretending it's not stolen.
I forgot about it, to be honest with you.
So you should. It's a very boring, forgettable movie. That's also because it's copying off of a not as boring and not quite as forgettable movie. Oh no, Stargate to me is always that thing of like, oh look, Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin made like one functional movie, and that basically like they got to coast off of that forever. No, okay, they got to coast off of making a fuck ton of money off of terrible fucking movies. But you know, Michael Bay makes a career off of the exact same thing. So
Yeah, and he's coming back.
yeah. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure it'll be just as gold. I'm sure it will be just as gold. But at least we got Transformers 1. At least just like before, where we could go back and go, yeah, but the one animated one was really good though.
Sometimes things just never change.
Oh, movie studios don't.
No. That's why, despite the Superman movie doing really well and being the most comic booky movie to exist, I'm not, like, optimistic about future ones.
Yeah, don't look bad.
Unless, like, a number of them do well, and even then I'd be suspect on it, considering Guardians of the Galaxy was that, and they... But also James Gunn, and they also were like, eh.
Well, the problem is that at a creative level... most of the time, like, nobody sets out to make a bad movie, but in like sort of big, like major franchise like this, your problem comes in with executives, and
That one guy did.
and sometimes the creatives.
Huey Ball specifically set out to make terrible movies because it was a scam.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, but we don't count him. He's not a filmmaker. He's a scam artist. I have no respect for him after he as like a amateur boxer decided it was appropriate to challenge his critics who had never had any training of boxing.
And
to
then
what he
when a
described
boxer
as
showed up...
charity. Oh yeah, as soon as Sean Baby, who was a fucking kickboxer, showed up, he's like, oh, I'm not fighting you. So he just used it as an excuse to beat up a bunch of people who were...
He wanted to be a bunch of nerds.
Who were just there because they thought they were having fun. It was a fun thing for charity. So no, like even as like oh haha, he's like bad. No, he's just a fucking awful human being.
He's an asshole.
Fuck him.
He's a piece of shit, yeah.
Yeah, he used charity to assault a bunch of people he didn't like, except for one person who could fight back. He said no, actually.
And then
I
he's
don't
like, oh,
wanna
actually, you know what, I'm scared.
Yeah, I don't want to fight the guy who actually can fight back. Fucking coward.
Yeah.
But anyway, like yes, also sometimes sometimes it is also just creatives are not the right pick. Like, I don't care. Shane Black is a terrible pick for an Iron Man movie.
I'm waiting.
He was also a terrible pick for a Predator movie.
He also made a Predator movie.
Oh, he made the worst one. He made the one where autism gives you.
Oh, the
superpowers.
Autism Kid one!
Yeah, that's Shane Black.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yep. So yeah, sometimes also it is to stress that some people you shouldn't let be in charge of certain projects because being charitable, their styles don't necessarily match with what you want. But at the same time, why bother hiring someone like Sam Raimi to work on something and then say, "Oh yeah, we don't want your visual
And you don't want
style."
him to be. And you don't want Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
You just want his name, and it's stupid. And why?
Yeah.
We want you to direct a movie so we can announce you're directing the movie, but don't make it like any movie you've ever done.
Yeah.
Stay it safe.
Yeah. Exactly.
Actively hampering the fucking film.
I'm shocked Kevin Feige still has a job.
Actually, that reminds me. Apparently, so Mr. Fantastic doesn't get to do a whole lot in the movie, and it's because apparently Feige thinks stretching powers is fucking stupid.
Yeah, a friend of mine did sort of break down their thoughts on Fantastic Four, and I gotta say I didn't like a lot of the pictures they were painting, but I've not seen the movie, so I don't really want to comment on it until I see it. But
Right.
I mean, that's why they gave Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Feige
Purple
just thinks the
Lantern
powers are
powers.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
He thinks they're silly and doesn't like it.
Oh my god, something silly and fun in a comic book movie. How awful.
Now at this point, I'm hitting the point of like, man, is it just gun? Is it just gun? It's just gun, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, once again, it's not just gun, but the problem is that...
No, in terms
Marvel
of like
lets,
something good, I mean. That's comic booky.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure other people would do great if they were actually allowed to.
If they were allowed to.
And we kind of saw this even before, like, you know, Feige and executives got insane control over the brand in, like, you know, the Captain America movies being like spy thrillers or like period pieces.
Yeah, Captain America movies were good.
Yeah. You know, obviously Guardians of the Galaxy being this like weird, not really Guardians, but its own like little sitcom-esque thing. So yeah, obviously I think like lots of creators could do fantastic with these sort of with these larger than life characters. Are just, you know, hampered
Getting
by
the right people.
Here's the movie. Here's how you're going to shoot it. All the visual effect shots are already done, so you're really just here to
put a name on a box.
Yeah. You're just here so pretend there's a director and it's not all been done by AI.
But yeah, Feige has gotten like even it was funny like thinking about the Kamala thing. Literally, the actress for Kamala fucking hates the fact that what they did with her character, and it constantly was giving Feige shit for it.
Yeah, because you effectively tried to turn like a character who, you know, like Kamala Khan has a lot of is a very important character because she's one of like the first major representatives of like a, you know, Middle Eastern descended character in like fiction in sort of comic books.
And like the actress herself,
stereotype.
Yeah, and the actress herself is that's like her favorite superhero, and even like when she was a kid was dressing up for her on Halloween and shit.
Yeah. As I said, it's a character who is important to a lot of people because they are that first sort of like major representative of you know, a group that for a long time was quite demonized. Or possibly worse, the positive discrimination about them.
Oh yeah.
Because there was like it was the actor for Dr. Bashir in Deep Space Nine. I forget his name, but he got a lot of work just off the back of people post 9/11, just off the back of people like, you know, not trying to cast him for bad roles, but trying to, you know, overcompensate and correct. Where the sort of his story is, well, you know, the reality is that representation is important, but representation for the sake of representation is
it needs to be earnest representation.
Yeah.
Like was it the girl Parvati in my brain's farting on the name right now. Because I also was just in the middle of a boss fight with that stout thingy. Outer World, where they had like where she's asexual, and it's actually a really good rep because the writer who was doing it was literally asexual. So, like, you know, it didn't feel like it was just there to check a box. It felt like it was this person wanted to tell the story with this character and did that. And it's the only one I can think of that is like a decent rep, because even like I know Gwenpool was made it. When I read the story, it felt very awkward.
I mean, Gwenpool's a comedy character, so trying to like tackle a subject like that in a role that's not really they're suited to is it is odd. It's the kind of case of, like I said, shoehorning in an idea or a concept, because at the end of the day, like, I don't want to hear stories about gay black teenage girls that are told by middle-aged white dudes, because they're not people who really who are really equipped to tell those stories. I'm not saying you can't have those characters, but stories that are like emphasized on them should be told by people who at least have, like, you know, a base who have at least, like, you know, the base knowledge or understanding of the sort of scenarios and things that people are affected by. Yeah. That's why I always want to promote more people who do have these like perspectives that are different from the you know, hetero norm.
Yeah.
Whether it be like you know, people talking about that or telling stories like related to their own like sexuality and their experiences, or you know, things like autism or their like racial background, their ethnicity. You know, it's the kind of thing where we need to hear more. We don't need to hear like these stories told from the perspective of middle-aged white guys. We need to hear them told from the perspective of people who get that.
Of those kind of people.
Maybe it's that middle-aged white guy's dream to tell a story like that.
Yeah, sure.
I know a shortcut.
Well, maybe he should hire the people who lived it to write it for him instead.
Yeah, but then it's not the same.
Or maybe they should get back to being pissy that like other people got there first. Like, you know, how Dan Slott fucking hates that Miles Morales exists because Brian Michael Bendis made it first. And you can tell he fucking hates it because of Spider Boy.
I'm gonna enjoy being
Oh, fucking Spider Boy.
And Spider Girl. You know, you fucking hate JMS because he made Spider Girl first. You know, the only good Spider Girl. I'll fucking say it. Mayday Parker is the only good Spider Girl.
No, I love Mayday Parker.
No, I know you do, but I'm just saying it to take the stance of all those other Spider Girls you people like trash.
I'm gonna be real with you, and this is really funny. I know I can see some of the other ones in my head, like their designs. I can't tell you a goddamn thing about any of them if they're not Mayday Parker.
I can tell you a thing about them. Trash!
Well, I meant more than just saying trash. I can't really. I got nothing. It's like, what are their characters like? I don't know. What are their characters like? I just shrug at you.
You know what? In regards to what needs to be more said of them being trash, in the words of a kind of awful person, enough said. I mean, I do like that Stanley basically lives in the gets away with stuff by virtue of, well, at least he's not Bob Kane.
Oh God. Ooh, MP recovery. Thank you.
I do love that people basically said, a lot of people came out and said that Stanley's like cameo in Spider-Verse is incredibly accurate to himself as a person.
That's.
You know, it fits. It always fits, and then smash cut to the sign that says no refunds.
Oh God.
I just remember Jim Shooter died, and I'm sad.
But I'm trying to think. Wait. Oh yeah. Oh wait. Oh, this actually happened. This is actually something that like got popped up like right after we streamed last week. They revealed that the resurrected Gwen wasn't actually resurrected Gwen, but just another clone.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like, who cares?
It's just more funny. I just wanted to point and laugh at it for a second, just like ha ha, and then just walk away.
It's the kind of thing of if you thought it wasn't going to be something as dumb or dumber than that, then like, I don't know, where's the fell for it again award? Like, when will people learn that Spider-Man sucks these days? Like, Amazing Spider-Man is being headed up by fucking idiots. Like,
Marvel editorial in general is just a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah, but Spider-Man especially. But especially Spider-Man. Like, X-Men has X-Men's got its problems, like, you know, you got the problem of like shit canning a bunch of books because big dumb crossover events that nobody ever really likes that only exist so that fucking comic YouTubers and people can be like, oh my god, they're doing this big event. Oh my god, it will change everything. And then it will change fucking nothing.
Oh, Leon. Oh yeah, we already know about the Paul MJ breakup, but we just feel nothing about it because it's just I can't feel anything anymore with this shit.
I mean, there's nothing to feel because it only exists to get people to it only exists to bait people.
It's like tabloid fucking covers.
They've made it perfectly clear their attitude is that they have decided that Peter Parker will be single and miserable forever, and this will just be the same as every other like stupid fucking tease we've had for this. That we'll pretend they're gonna get back together, but they won't, and it will just be the same old tired, dumb bullshit that's been for like the last 15 years.
And anytime we get
Something
something
will
good,
break them
editorial
up.
will get rid of it.
But it won't even be that. It'll just be, oh, look, now we can give like a dozen articles that are saying, oh, they're gonna get back together, and they won't. And I mean, it says a lot where Ultimate Spider-Man is now ending.
Which you know
Especially
they're
after
ending it because it's been beating the shit out of the books, and they're pissed about it.
Yeah, being the shit out of the books, even though Spider-Man has its fucking numbers artificially inflated because it has like 2 releases a month versus most other books having 1 release a month.
And even though they do that, they themselves, behind the scenes, are aware that's what they're doing and aware they are still losing, and it pisses them off. Even if they want to try to control the narrative for us, they know what's going on.
And I don't know why like Marvel editorial is this way. Like most other, I can't think of a single other industry that is allowed to routinely fail in the way that Marvel editors have been allowed to fail in regards to Spider-Man, and nobody ever holds them accountable or ever says, you know what, maybe you guys should just fuck off and die. You know, Marvel editors being like, so what? That's it. Goodbye and good luck. I don't recall saying good luck.
It's not technically bullshit when it's
Just. As I said, it would take like a massive changing of the guard at Marvel before I or anyone I know could ever give a shit about Amazing Spider-Man ever again.
Yeah.
And even then, it would take like a fucking miracle run.
Oh, hi, Absol.
Up by
by-
before he went to kill the Marvel editorial team.
Thin Cornell.
I was loosely tempted to say, oh no, don't.
No, my internet just went.
And then I got the thing on my end now where, like, the Magic book's been great. They are giving her development. They're letting her grow past her trauma, and then they're gonna can her books so they can do a stupid fucking redo of the Apocalypse storyline. Not the Apocalypse, the Onslaught storyline shit because of an anniversary.
Wait, we're not doing fucking Onslaught again, are we?
We are doing Onslaught again.
Why?
They're doing a time skip thing. Well, you see, it's an anniversary so we gotta celebrate this really shitty storyline from 30 years ago.
So is the fucking
For decades, their MO is we don't talk about Onslaught for the Professor's sake, which is to say we don't like to talk about it because it was that bad.
Yeah, because it was an awful fucking story that just made everybody worse and led to a whole bunch of shit that got pretty... like, hey, remember Heroes Reborn? Yeah, that lasted a long time. Like, the greatest fucking thing Onslaught has is that he was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
1.
And we don't make it. And we
Oh,
don't
is
make
he
those.
in what? Oh, 1. Yeah,
He was the
in
boss
Marvel
in
vs. Capcom 1, but then he didn't even get to be in 2. You know, the good one that everybody loves.
Yeah, we got a new villain for that named Abyss.
I guess to sort of talk about MVC2 for a bit. I always love trying to explain to people like Captain Commando's role in the game as like the best worst character.
I liked getting one of my friends to play with me for a little bit, picking a role and then running up and throwing him repeatedly.
Yeah.
They never
Why
played
I
it
gotta
again.
do that to him? Why I gotta do that to him?
It's I'm evil, I guess. I don't know.
Well, at least infinite him with Cable.
You know, you're right. But it's too late now.
But I do love that MVC2 has that kind of like developed meta game of like, yeah, Captain Commando's like an awful character and like in all ways, but his assist is so good you will effectively like cripple yourself to only play 2 characters. Sometimes. You know, sometimes you just play sometimes you just play Storm and you fucking punch air.
Typhoon! Oh! 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 Typhoon! Oh!
That's why I don't play Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Well, you don't want to just punch air as Storm Build Me does.
No, because everyone plays the exact same team.
There is variance, but I agree that like
and the
Storm,
only-
That's how you just play with your
the only
friends.
You know, it's like no items Fox only. Like where you only the winner is determined by how good they are at using Fox's basic combos. Like, nah, that's no fun.
I mean, losers play Fox in Modern Melee.
Yeah, these days,
Donkey-
yeah.
We got Donkey Kong and Yoshi as like top contenders.
Okay, well, back when my friends and I would play when we were kids, the rule was Fox only. and the one guy who was great at using Fox's melee would always win, and then I'd punch him for real in life for real.
Should have played Jigglypuff and just camped him.
No, he wouldn't let us do that.
Should have been work. My finger slipped.
No, I just started beating him up for real when he was cheap in games.
Yeah, fair.
Fair enough.
Violence is always the answer, I find.
And if that don't work, more violence.
Yeah, no problem. There's no problem in the world that can't be solved with more violence. But hey, man, you know what I miss? I miss Bloody
All right,
Roar.
I've started another phase in Absol. Excellent. Oh,
Absol
more
phase
sewer
2.
water.
All the sewer water.
Him and his fucking pig children.
Where's the
Yeah,
sewer?
because
Where's
Yeah,
the sewer?
because that's his power. He can make the sewer water gush.
How have you been, Sabo?
Pretty good. Looking some places. Got my eyes checked. Didn't get killed.
Overall success.
Yes, I'd say so. I think I may have found where I'm gonna go.
That's good.
That
So,
is really
yeah.
good.
Good
It's
luck.
it's a new but relatively simple building. It's like 15 minutes away from where I currently am.
Is it simple and clean?
Well, it doesn't have a pool, which brings down the price. Also, because I'd never used the pool.
Oh. I accidentally
Yeah,
targeted the
strike
wrong person for summon,
Yeah,
for healing. Oh no.
That's bad. On the other hand, you don't strike me as a pool guy anyway. Sabo.
I mean, only if it's in my. I used to swim with the pool in my own backyard, but I don't like swimming with other people.
Yeah, that's fair.
They just get in my way.
Cause of death got in my way. But oh yeah, Sabo, did you see how you kept up with Gav?
Yeah, it's almost over.
Yeah. Now he's become the red Gav, which at first I was like, it was weird to bust this out, and then was like, oh wait, he's red. Yeah. Makes sense now, doesn't it?
He's red. He's also just using parts from other suits.
Yeah, but kind of expected, because I don't think that this suit I don't think that it originally intended for a red Gav. And then I think
No.
at some point someone was like, since we keep calling him the red Gav, maybe we should make him red.
Still up for it?
They're like, you're a genius.
I just know he uses Gates as undersuit, which is well, at least they didn't change it, so they could always bring it back.
On the bright side, they do use a bunch of parts from Revice, so we won't have to see more Revice.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I don't think we were going to see more Revice.
You never know. I thought we were done with like Ghost, but it keeps coming back.
Well, that's because they have nothing else to do.
I know. There might be a reason for that.
The anniversary is coming up this year. I'm sure they'll get something again.
Yeah.
It's just because the one actress always pushes for it because she likes being in tokusatsu stuff.
I mean, I'm fine with her showing up in stuff. Just as long as it's not Ghost.
Oh yeah, she has to drag Ghost Inspector along with her. She's like, come on.
Then we get to find out if Zets will be any good.
I killed him by hitting him with both Cloud and Tifa's limits at the same time.
I mean, it looks promising, but so did Gachard, and we all know how that ended.
Do we? I don't remember
You
Gotchard.
okay?
Okay, well, it wasn't very good.
It was really boring.
Sorry.
It was really,
hang
yeah,
on.
it was really boring, and I don't really remember. And
Nice double kill on the Absol, by the way.
I'll track him down eventually.
Oh no, he's concentrating now.
If anything better to do.
Cutscene.
You know, I wouldn't be so sure.
But yeah, I
about
do just
that.
remember, even though I watched Gotchard like only last year, so much of it has left my brain.
She could still be out there.
Probably for the best.
Never be sure how much someone means to you till they go.
Oh, the one thing I do remember is
Don't
that
give
he
up
getting
on her
him
yet.
getting his spine broken like 100 times in a day to learn how to not get his spine broken.
Oh,
That's
yeah, that is the one thing. That is the one thing people remember. It's like, how do I not get my back broken? Well, we'll just break your back a lot until you
gain immunity.
until you-
Break your back repeatedly.
We'll meet again.
Leon
oh.
Leon says, I need Gab to do something with
Yeah, I'm reading.
Shakia. Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were in the
That's
chat.
tough.
Sorry.
Yeah,
she's not gonna. No, she's not gonna become a writer. It's too late for that.
yeah. I think you had your chance before Vram. I think once Vram was introduced, it was kind of over. They made it pretty clear that she's her role is to be the heart, which is
She's just-
fine.
I think you might
It would be
She's
nice
just
to
a
have.
sidekick. She's just a sidekick. It's not the writer's not the person who
Yeah, which is
Right. The writer likes men staring at each other longingly.
yeah. I mean, Gav is maybe the gayest series, which I'm all for.
No,
But
no place for women in that. But the next show has like 3 female leads, so I'm sure one of them will become a writer.
yeah, I think the other problem, like specifically with Gav, is because we established that unless you're pretty much the only way to get powers is to have like pretty invasive and devastating surgery. So might have been also the case for why they were like, yeah, let's not.
Taste that sweet Midgar smog.
Let's
You say
not
gay-
horrifically name her.
This way.
Yeah, I think I can see a sort of mentality of we don't want to like basically have surgery and maim this character who's meant to be really positive and upbeat.
You can
I can see that as an excuse. Also, I don't even think you can classify Gav as gay bait anymore. I think it's just straight up. Oh no, they're gay.
Get you over and past it, along with any number of other obstacles.
I remember that time when Valen is so wounded that like when Valen is carrying Shomer on his back and fucking feeding him candies in the sunset. Come on.
Just in case.
Thank you.
But I think Gav has overall been like the strongest of the Rowa stuff so far, by a pretty wide margin.
I don't know about that. I say it's better than Gutchard and
Well, okay, so I think it's fair to say, like I think I've said before, 01 is it's fair to say 01 got screwed over by real life circumstances. So I don't hold anything against 01, but you know, problems are problems, and we did have like 4 fucking recap episodes. Saber, I think, is awful. It's just Ghost again, and they didn't like Ghost the first time. Revice. Oh well, I mean, we all know what was wrong with Revice.
we all know what was wrong with Revice.
So I didn't find that last part of Corneo's stash. You know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Did you get
Is there any-
Cloud's other weapon,
Which one?
the Mithril Saber?
I believe so. Yes.
So you have his skill where he does the.
Yes, I did everything but the last Cornelia stash now. I did, so I did like all the side quests, I did all of the Coliseum, I leveled up all of the proficiencies.
So you got everyone's limit breaks.
Yes.
Go down to Mithril Saber for a second.
Sure.
Okay. Yep. You're right. You're right. Yeah, you learned everything.
Yep. I
Okay, so
made it a
you
point
ended-
during the break between streams to do as much as I could.
You learned everything. You got everyone's updated limit break.
How do I check the limit break?
It's under weapon, isn't it?
No, it's not under the weapon.
Is it battle settings?
I think it might be battle settings. Oh,
Okay, he's got Ascension, Cross Slash, Fire in the Hole, Catastrophe, and Tiva's got both. I know she's got both. Because I used when I was doing my grinding, I did use her other one. Okay, so I got everybody.
You should probably set the limit breaks to the other ones because they're better.
Okay.
So you want to set it to Ascension. You have to see if to set it on that menu. Otherwise,
Oh yeah, I'm doing it right now.
okay. So yeah,
Yep, everything's good now.
there you go. All right.
Let me make a game save real quick before I forget. There we go.
Oh, and to finish off my brief Reiwa reviews, Geet starts off really strong. It really fumbles the ending. It just has no antagonist for like the last quarter of the show. And Gotchard, I already said I don't remember Gotchard enough to say if it was good or bad. Which
So bad.
might
Gotchard is so
might-
bad it deleted itself from everyone's memories.
Yeah, which might be more telling of like how of Gotchard than anything else.
Hope you're ready now. No coming back, remember? Last chance to change your mind.
So is this section basically endgame? Like getting over the wall with the grappling hooks?
We could do more for
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I mean,
Well, for this
This is the
campaign, because
last-
there's still the
Well, I'll
Yuffie
say
campaign.
this is the last like free roam bit you have.
Gotcha.
you're beginning the end game. The end game is still several hours long.
Oh yeah. I figured. I'm still planning to do Yuffie right after this. Like I'm gonna do Yuffie, and then after Yuffie, which I think is shorter than than the main campaign.
Significantly.
I'm going to
I think-
after Yuffie. I'm gonna switch gears, play some other stuff, and then I'll play Rebirth on my own. And then probably after I've beaten Rebirth on my own, at some point I'll come back to it to do a stream of it. Because I want to do that one, because of how long that game is, I want to do that one on my own first.
I want to say like my rough estimate of Yuffie for like a first time playthrough is like 5 to 10 hours.
So realistically, maybe like a month or two.
Yeah,
once we
maybe
get
2
there.
or 3 sessions. It
Yeah.
kind of depends.
Depends on how long the sessions go.
It sort of depends on because there's like there is like side stuff you can do, which I assume you'll do off stream like this.
Yeah.
But also like it's relative, like you basically only have like one free roam bit. The rest of it's like really streamlined. Because
I figured it was fairly short because it's essentially like a expansion special DLC thingy.
Well, it's basically set between Cloud falling, or the attempt at the Sector 5 reactor, and Cloud falling into Sector 5, and, well, basically the plate drop. Like, you already saw Yuffie, like, when she sees the plate drop, that's where her DLC ends.
Gotcha. But yeah, Rebirth, considering how long it is, and how much side stuff there is, I kind of want to do that one on my own first, before I even consider doing it as a stream game. I know I did this one, not on stream at all, other than side stuff, but I don't want to do that with Rebirth. Because this is much shorter, because this is shorter than that one is comparatively.
Also, you know, just for your own benefit, like, Rebirth has a lot more story stuff.
Yeah.
You know, obviously this game remixes some things and adds some in, but like
yeah,
for the most part,
and some cool
you
stuff too.
You know pretty much exactly how it's gonna go, how it goes down. Whereas I think Rebirth is also just a significantly larger chunk of that game, so story is a bit more important, at least for reminding you.
Yeah.
Like, remake is good for kind of getting people set up in the world, and then you know Rebirth is more for when you're actually doing all of the plot and the twists and turns.
Like the training wheels are off. Let's go.
Yeah. And throwing in shit like Gilgamesh.
But yeah, that was kind of like a conclusion I came up to with it, is that that's something that like maybe like sometime next year I'd probably stream. Versus versus going right to it after Yuffie.
Yeah.
As for after Yuffie time, I'm probably gonna do some smaller shit. It also, what games I pick depends on what time of the year it is when I finish. Because
Yeah,
there
so,
is
what
also
you're saying
there's
is-
one gag stream idea I have for Christmas time if it falls in line this time.
Anytime like post September 1st is Christmas time these days.
Because last time that was my original plan, and I ended up doing KH2.
Hey, KH2 has Christmas in it.
True. And we did it around Christmas time as well.
Exactly. I need to find more Christmas.
Actually, I think we even did Halloween Town like around Halloween time for the first game too. Because I know I jumped right into it where I originally did not want to do that, but it was like that one weird take online that made me go, you know what? Bet. So I wanted to say, where they're like, all the problems you have with 3 are in 2, and I'm like, I don't believe you. Let me see for myself. And no.
Absolutely not. Whoever said that is wrong. You know, it's kind of funny. I was talking to a friend about like the way in which, like, as you get older, you appreciate more things. And I found it. I found it myself, kind of. You know, I remember back being a teen, or you know, when Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2 were coming out, or Kingdom Hearts 2 specifically, and being like, oh yeah, like the organization rocks us. Now, you know, as an old man, I'm like, you know what? Sora is the best.
Sora is the best.
No, I'm tired of pretending he's not.
I like Kairi, but I wish Nomura liked Kairi too.
I wish Nomura liked a lot of things.
I'm over Sora.
Kairi's got like a lot of OP powers. What's her biggest weakness, Nomura?
Not being allowed to be in anything.
Yeah.
Kairi should have her own game that isn't her being asleep for most of it while other people play it.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, Kingdom Hearts. She should either have Kingdom Hearts 4 or like a full spin-off in the same way.
I said that.
Like,
funny enough, Leon, if you're still here, funny enough, I said that in your stream chat where I was like, Kingdom Hearts 4 would be starring Kairi if I had my way.
and you know, I feel the funny thing is it even like benefits because then it's like you don't have to justify like, well, you lose all our powers.
And Kairi also being an experience in like the adventure aspect of it, you don't have to, you don't have to like bullshit like, oh well, we're gonna have to nerf you now for this.
Yeah, you have to be asleep for a year so you've got all of your skills and your summons and your powers. Just, yeah, Kairi game would be a way easier way to do it.
Good afternoon. You just forgot all your powers. What powers exactly?
I do think, like, in sort of as we sort of go into as we continue into this like post-irony or this post-ironic world of media, that like having characters who are just innately like positive and good is a really important thing. Like, it's kind of one of the reasons why I really like 2025 Superman so much. Is that it gets the concept. It gets the concept that Superman is like obviously a silly concept, but
on the
this
other
is
hand,
a guy.
you can be positive and good without being an eternal 12-year-old about everything.
He does actually improve over the games, but like Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora and Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora like do have or Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora do have a lot of different in terms of experiences.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora is when he becomes more of a dumbass again.
He regresses really hard in character in that game, and it drives me up a wall.
Yeah.
Oh, like, actually, one thing that drove me up the wall to this is one of my criticisms, like, about like the finale bit of 3, is how they do the oh no, all is lost. Oh my God, this is here. Oh no, we're doomed. Oh my God, they do this like 4 fucking times.
It wouldn't be so bad if if most of those also involve like some form of time travel.
Or at least just spread them out more.
I mean, it's
so I forget about it.
But the Remind DLC, which made the other Keyblade wielders at least playable, shouldn't have been the DLC.
Yeah.
It should have been like what actually was in the game instead of Sora just has like solos all the Xehanauts.
Sora solos the entire organization.
Yeah,
which
everyone else is just.
I knew that was what was going to happen when I was like, there's no way in hell they're going to, give everyone. It's like everyone, all the standard fans are happy. You'd be surprised how many people on the forums are just like, I just want to play Sora, Donald, and Goofy again. I don't care about all these other characters. And I'm like, the hell is wrong with you? These characters are much more interesting.
I want all of it. I want all of these cakes.
Yeah. Oh no, we might have to Disney might have to finance Disney with all of its infinite money might have to finance more games so we can have our cake and eat it too. However, will we cope?
Seethed and mauled.
I think I see a rope hanging off the top there.
But yeah, as I said, it's kind of the thing as I've gotten older I've appreciated, like upbeat and positive characters are super important.
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking about this, when you mentioned Superman, is like, I remember, like, not very long ago, like, at all, like anytime I would say, hey, my favorite superhero is Superman, having someone like either jump at me saying he's boring, he's overpowered, Boy Scout, yada yada yada, and now everyone's like, oh my god, I fucking love Superman. I'm like, I'm not mad at anybody. It's just interesting, and I'm kind of glad. It makes it so much easier for me to just say, yeah, I like Superman. Everyone's like, yeah, I like Superman too. Without like the fucking stupid baggage of people being edgelords or tryhards.
Yeah, but
Superman
that was
is lame. Batman is cooler.
but that was more a case of nobody ever interacted with Superman in like a real way.
They had an idea in their head from like what that wasn't based on the actual character.
It would be the case of maybe they had vague memories of like the Donna movies, or maybe they had like, or you know, they experienced Man of Steel, which is not Superman.
No,
Superman is clearly superior when he's just letting his father die and talking about to save Martha.
A relative
God,
of
I
Superman,
hate that
you don't know the world of things. And that's the thing, is that people always say, oh, you can't name any good Superman, name any good Superman, so it's like, okay, well, I'll name like 10 if you want. You know, Superman Up, Up and Away, you know, Superman, or the Superman vs. the Elite, aka What's So Stupid About, or What's So Dumb About the True Justice in the American Way, Superman Smashes the Klan, if you want your evil Superman, Red Sun. I mean, I don't care for death of Superman, but I do like Reign of the Supermen.
Yeah.
All-Star Superman. It's incredible that All-Star Superman is like one of the best Superman stories, and All-Star Batman is one of the worst.
Yeah, it's crazy, and also like if you've only watched, this is just for anybody watching, if you've watched the movie of All Star Superman but haven't read the novel, please do. It's so good.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of things, and there's a lot of things the movie couldn't cover, and that's nothing against it. It's a movie versus a fucking novel.
Yeah. And also even like, and there's also even like not runs, but like standout books like Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow and For the Man Who Has Everything. You know, the Alan Moore like stories. And there's lots of great Superman stories that people just never interacted with because, once again, the arguments of people the arguments people had against Superman were never about Superman. They were about the idea of Superman, or their misconstrued idea of Superman.
Yeah, and usually the idea is like from like the misconstrued idea is like usually from like weird smug critics, and that they're just parroting him, and that's it.
It's the weird smug critics, but it's also just the deconstructions, like not Omni-Man specifically because he's late, but the Omni-Man sort of idea people think is, or people like to think is more interesting when in reality it's good not.
Come on, we need to get inside.
What if Superman was an asshole? Once again, we have that. It's Red Sun, but Red Sun is different. Or Red Sun hits different because it's not about someone just being evil because they have power. It's the way in which environments can shape even someone who is like trying to do their best.
Yeah.
Not much choice.
Now the movie adaptation's not bad, but it's definitely. I'm more critical of it because of how good the novel was comparatively.
I think it's the sort of story that I don't think could be told in one movie. It would have to be like a mini series to really do the characterization and the elements justice.
Yeah.
Like some things can just be condensed down into a movie, like Superman versus the Elite, and you can keep like the core concepts and everything. Other stuff, it's like, yeah, there's just too much. Like The Long Halloween, I think, should never have been like a two-part movie. I mean, The Killing Joke should never have been animated to start with. Leaving aside,
Killing Joke shouldn't have been canon. The writer agrees with us on that one.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah, we all know that like it was meant to be just like its own little thing, but it sort of took on a life of its own. But I think the important thing about what makes Killing Joke important, or at least relevant, is Killing Joke is one of those like core books that works because it's a book. Like it's the art style, it's the color, it's the colouring, it's the fucking gorgeous colours of like the psychedelic things. It's the pacing and the fact that you can just do like. You know, there's something more haunting about a silent panel of Joker shooting Barbara than there is about an animated sequence of Joker shooting Barbara, I feel.
Like, there's a way you could probably translate it to make it haunting, but, Most people aren't gonna do that.
Funnily enough, I think one of the best renditions of that might be from that Shadow anime they put on YouTube.
Huh.
Or where they did the cloud like representation of Maria getting shot. But yeah, I think like sometimes there are things that just work in a very specific medium for very specific reasons. And I'm not saying there's not ways to translate things. I just think it requires like it requires an incredibly skilled creative team behind it, and in reality quite a lot of money that I don't think Warner Brothers was willing to ever put down on a DTV.
Even a Batman one.
Like, you know, I think we've had at least like I think the Justice League War version of the Death of Superman was the closest you can get to a good adaptation of a book that I think once again only works in a comic book environment because it's just having the sort of what I call like the exhausting nature of like the splash panel after splash panel, because what I do like about Death of Superman as a book is I do think it really captures that element of like, this is almost exhausting to read in the way, so it reflects like how exhausting it is for Superman to keep getting up and fight.
Yeah.
Like, I think overall the books, the stories like just sort of
even the way even their breaks are stuff like cutting to like Ma and Pa Kent watching in horror as this is happening.
Yeah, but I do think that what makes that book work is the things you can only really do in the book to make it feel as exhausting as it would be to, at least is sort of how you feel like Superman feels by the end.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure that's like entirely intentional, but it's a thing I really enjoy.
It's hard to tell. You'd have to ask one of the writers at the time.
As I said,
Oh, that was from earlier. I was just looking over the chat.
Yeah. As I say, this is like a book which I accept. Like, I think Reign of the Superman is a much better like overall story.
I still need to. Well, I need to watch from the means of the end, Death of Superman, second take on it, and then watch Reign of Superman. I do need to do that at some point.
I just hope that this time.
Yeah, I will say it's like the only one of those like Justice League War movies I'll give like any credit to, because I really fucking hated that universe when it started out. Actually, Justice League Dark I'll also say is pretty good, but that's mostly because it barely involves the core Justice League and it's just Constantine and Zatanna.
I've heard
yeah, because it's mostly Constantine and Zatanna, who I think are a really, really underrated duo in DC.
Yeah.
Like, Constantine's great, and I feel like Constantine could have been like that could be like the most popular DC character if they ever actually used him properly.
If they pushed him, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason, like, it's kind of like funny how like every now and then a character gets popular because usually somebody accidentally pushes a character, and then the higher ups are like, wait, what? And then like a character that the higher ups try to push, usually nobody gives a fucking flying fuck about.
Yeah. I mean, I know the obvious thing, the obvious comparison is to bring up the Keanu Reeves movie, but honestly, I don't like Keanu Reeves as Constantine because I kind of would like Constantine to be British. You know, but personal bias aside,
I forgot that he did that.
Yeah, so he's just being, you know, I have nothing against Keanu Reeves, but in that movie he's just, you know, being Keanu Reeves, and I'm like, I just want Constantine to be this fucking arsehole Englishman.
That's completely fair.
It's like, you know, I don't push for it for other characters. Like, I'm not gonna say what we really need is we need like Blade to start talking like he's in a Mancunian accent.
Though I wouldn't be against it.
Oh yeah, I'd love a British Blade, but I'm not gonna say, oh, Blade should be. I'm not saying, yeah, we need to get a British accented Blade, but I will push.
Don't worry, Marvel doesn't even want to do a Blade.
You know what? Thank God.
Well, they want to do a Blade, but they don't want to do Blade. You know what I mean?
They want to do a Blade, but they want it to be about his daughter.
They want another black superhero to replace Black Panther, but they don't want to actually adapt any of the stuff that makes Blade Blade.
Why, you know, why Blade is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Man, I want a cool Blade movie again.
Yeah,
Blade is fucking cool.
Yeah.
I know Leon's still here. That's like Leon went fucking insane when they added him to Rivals. Not that I blame him. I get it. When like Listen, I will go insane if they add Jubilee. I'm gonna tell you that much right now for free. Fuck, I already did go insane when Scroll Girl and Magic were in the game.
Monkey's Paw, they had Jubilee, just the vampire version.
He would like that.
Listen, I don't think they will, because nobody other than us remembers that she was a vampire anymore, thank God.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll play it when they add Red Ronin, is all I'm saying. I don't even like Red Ronin. Like, Red Ronin honestly sucks. I just like... I like him because of his relation to the Shogun Warriors. and Combat... And I'm like, yeah, let's just put Combat Levi in Marvel. Why not?
I don't think they own the rights to that anymore.
Oh, no, of course they don't. But...
Because, like, you can actually buy official, like, Combat Levi Blu-ray now.
Yeah. Also, they'd have to pay off Super Robot Wars. Or Super Robot Wars have to pay them off to get Combat Levi in.
True. Well, on the other hand, Combat
Oh yeah, shit, that
Levi's
comes
usually
out soon, too.
28th. We'll count down the days. We're already theorizing what DLC we'll get.
Yeah, 19. They're announcing the DLC.
I said to Saber, I think my money might be on Big O.
I could see that.
Well, we were kind of talking about it, and yeah, Big O has like assets from Z3 that they can still reuse, but also it is like a series that only has one unit and very little plot, or at least plot that you can adapt, because Big O's plot is fucking nonsense. And also, Big O is known to the West.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
It's more popular in the West than it is in Japan, which is why they want it.
And everyone loves Big O.
It would never happen, but I would. I still have my doubts because of Hasbro, but I would love it if Zoid showed up.
My hunch is that they announced it, realised that Blade can only be done as a R-rated impact. Yeah, it's very probably what happened, or a combination of factors. Like, I think Blade, like I said, Blade is one of those characters like the Punisher.
Oh, you know, you're right.
Blade is one of those characters like the Punisher, where I feel like they are not benefited by the shared Marvel universe. Because for various reasons, like Blade is at his best when he's effectively on his own, or maybe being a like part of the Midnight Suns. But like the best Blade stuff is Blade being a vampire with his like vampire hunter with his extended cast. Much like how I mean, it's slightly different the situation with Punisher. I think Punisher's problem is that he's at his best when he's on his own, but when he's in a world where he's not on his own, there's all the other heroes have like no excuse not to grind Frank Castle into the fucking ground.
Yeah, that's always the thing that's bothered me about Frank Castle's existence, why he doesn't just get jumped all the time by other heroes.
People force. Although G-rated Punisher from the Superhero Squad was pretty funny.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, that was funny.
I think the funniest rendition of Punisher is where he has the battle van and the glue gun from 90s Spider-Man. From the jetpacks. The most toyetic fucking dude, and he's like, and
that was him in Superhero Squad. He had the battle van.
Oh, he had the battle van. Did he have the glue gun?
No, he just had the van. I just remember they were trying to find a place to stay for the night after their tower was destroyed, and one of them was Punisher's van, and he's just driving around ranting about Brussels sprouts, like he usually rants about the criminal underworld, and then he freaks them out so much that they all just leave.
It's so fucking funny.
I think a Blade in the MCU will probably happen at some point. I think it will basically be dead on arrival though, because it will be a case of how much they've had to already invest in a project that's nowhere near off the ground.
Yeah, and again, while it should be rated R, they really don't want it to be rated R.
Yeah, they'll push at best for like PG-13, which we already kind of saw how that worked with Trinity. Is Trinity PG-13? It feels like it must have been. Like, I'm saying that. I guess I'll check. I just want to see what it was rated. Oh, it was rated R. Fair enough.
Like, I know they want it to be PG-13 too because PG-13 movies do better than rated R movies, but Blade's Blade. He's got to be Blade. You
Well, the
know,
thing is, you have a guy who kills vampires and has a sword. Like, you gotta have blood.
swords, guns,
Yeah.
completely lethal.
Like, there has to be blood, and the amount, and obviously, like, you can have vampire stuff without like going too hard on blood. But oh no, like his entire like methodology of being ultra lethal. It's like, yeah, you struggle so much that like I just.
So
don't
I
see
get
it being
distracted
a success.
taking in the destruction from the plate because of that shot you get.
Yeah. A lot of people died.
Yeah.
Fucking pizza deliveries these days, man.
God. I just like this shot because it really gives you a sense of scale. It's really good. This is a good fucking shot.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that I do think Remake has benefited the most from the extended time spent in Midgar, is that you do feel the effects of the plate drop way more than you ever did, because now it's not just like, oh, a bunch of pixels got crushed and we should feel, and the sad music tells us we should feel sad. Now it's like, oh, okay, these are characters who you've interacted with, and if you did all the side quest stuff, you spent a lot of time in Sector 7 slums, so...
And a number of them are dead now.
Yeah, to just have it be gone, especially like, you know, I meme on Jessie, but you know, extending her character so that it actually is a bit of a tragedy. It is a tragedy when she dies.
Yeah, Jessie went from like a nothing character to like I genuinely liked her in this game.
Jessie went from the personality trait of she thinks Cloud is hot to she thinks Cloud is hot, but also she feels bad about bombing people.
And, like, she could have been an actress, and there's all these other little things about her that round her out. You get to meet her mom, and,
Give it all you got.
like, I'd probably say the least developed of the three would probably just be Biggs, in terms of, like, the expansions of the character, but, like, he's still more than we had before.
Yeah. But who knows, maybe they have more in mind for Biggs. But yeah, it's the kind of thing of like, the extent, like all of the extended stuff does wind up making these moments feel more impactful. Not to say I think all the added stuff is a necessary upgrade, but I don't want to talk about that until we sort of reach that in the playthrough.
Right.
Just because I don't want to like spoil how you feel about certain scenes.
Right, right.
I do think like the fake ghosts are always going to be a contentious idea. And
yeah, I think the fake ghosts are stupid.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing you can see the push and pull of like the team. Like, I don't want to just put it down to Nomura because allegedly Nomura was the voice
more.
of,
I want it to be
more
like more like the original.
Yeah, I want to remake the original, whereas other people in the creative team were more like, we want to remake the original.
We want to do different things, or else it'll be boring.
Yeah. So, but I do think there are some elements that I think the creative team probably shouldn't have gone with.
Or like just the Pancake said, Nomura just accidentally got his Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy scripts mixed up, and that's where the whispers came from.
Yeah, probably. I mean, honestly, it certainly is possible. Like, jokes aside, you know, the Nomura who's working on like Final Fantasy Remake is not the same guy who was working on Final Fantasy VII in 1997 in, you know, the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, I said something like that before, where I was like, even if you got the old Final Fantasy team, like Silent Hill team together, there's no telling that they would make a game like the original Silent Hill, because there are so many years between there that their experiences and what they've gone through in their life has changed significantly to where it would definitely be a very different game.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing I think people need to sort of appreciate more, because it's like we have sort of seen where like original creators have come back into a franchise and they've done things completely differently for the better or for worse. It's like Ridley Scott coming back in to do Prometheus. You know, Ridley Scott, well-regarded director, he made Alien, a groundbreaking thing, and then he made Prometheus, a steaming pile of shit.
Hell, and like a less negative one, like hell, with Invincible, Kirkman's like taking like has been made like various changes in story and shit like that, where he's like, yeah, that was dumb, or I don't like that, and decided he didn't want to do that.
Like streamlining the best friend being revealed as gay, so it wasn't like just a thing that happened like at the near the tail end of the run.
Yeah.
and making that into like a more thing that was up front from the start. You know, as I said, it can be to the betterment of the work or to the detriment. You know,
Yeah, it varies from case to case.
yeah. But I do think the importance is also to preserve like those originals, just so we can have those snapshots of what people were thinking or what people went into at, like, you know, decades ago. Which thankfully we're getting better at, but you know.
Yeah, I see you, Rosie.
At the same time, you know, plenty of original stuff is just lost, seemingly lost forever.
Yeah.
Or they refuse to bring it back. Boggles my mind that, like, because I had the hankering to replay like the Ubisoft Prince of Persia trilogy, and like none of them are available like on modern stuff.
Oh
like,
my god, this is annoying.
I keep threatening I know they keep threatening they're making a Sands of Time remake, and I'm like, just re-release like that trilogy on like a, you know, with a vague remastered slap on it, and I'll probably buy it.
For you to paw at me repeatedly with your little claw. Please stop doing that. This is the worst time for that. Oh, I hate this section. I hate it. What? Cat, please.
Cat or...
Both right now. Because I have the cat and then I have this.
Being chased by this thing.
You will suffer.
Have fun.
I won't.
K-Thanks die. So yeah, Big O. I'm trying to think what else might be in Super Robot Wars wise DLC aside from the originals.
I guess his Panzer World Gallant, just because it has like a bunch of hits coming out.
Yeah, maybe.
Which I like. I mean, the story, that show is kind of meh, but I like the designs of the robots, so that would be acceptable. I think they said they're not doing stuff that was already in DLC from last time, so...
So, no Evolution.
Wars.
No Sakura Wars, no Get a Robo Devolution. What else was... Oh, Ultraman.
No Ultraman, no Iron Blooded Orphans, which is fine. I want Iron Blooded Orphans to be like the actual plot of a game and not a DLC extension.
Yeah. I don't think there was anything else that was in like DLC. I mean, probably, but I'm blanking. So I mean, I think we can rule out like any of the bros because Sabo said they pointed out to me they'd probably be in like the core set. They'd be in the core game, not like slapped on as DLC, just because there's so many of them. So none of that lot. I think Western series like Megas XLR are also like an easy, yeah, not happening.
Someday.
Yeah, maybe then we'll get Genlock.
God no, please.
I don't think Genlock. I don't think Japan didn't like Genlock, so I don't think.
I don't think anybody likes Genlock.
Nobody likes Genlock. Not even the creators.
Like Japan, kind of, sort of, vaguely likes Megas.
God, the Fortnite Robo thing probably would get in before Genlock. Now that'd be a surprise thing if they just threw in a Sentai, which normally I'd say not going to happen, but are getting Godzilla, so
I think any tokusatsu would be OPI because that's already an anime and it's only 2 characters.
Yeah. Man, I really need like the Futo PI movie to come to like Western stuff. I need the double anime to do well so we can get more. Like imagine that we could finally get more. We could get more Forza without having to like deal with any of the actors being like way too big. Or O's. Or Deno. Actually, Deno would be the easiest one, right? Like, you just replace, like, the main dude and everyone else will return.
Yeah. And I don't think we're seeing O's anymore because they kind of made it clear he doesn't want to do anymore.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see O's in live action, but we could get anime O's.
I think if anything is going to get an anime, it's probably going to be Drive, because the guy still has story he wants to tell, but he's hampered by the fact that
Drive's actor's too big.
Drive's actor is a superstar now.
Could get Chase back at least.
Yeah, but he's like,
But he's dead.
oh yeah, he's like, Chase is dead, and it's like, we need the whole cast.
Yeah. I'd kill for a Drive anime, I won't lie. I've said before, I think like Drive's like base suit is like peak like Kamen Rider suit design. Like I think the red, I think the fucking car details, like I think the
You know what? I
like
think
exhaust.
probably this, after fighting those two robots, this might be a good place to stop, I think.
Yeah, probably before we get to
Yeah,
Shenmue.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Yeah,
Once
so
you get
let
to
me
the
just climb
building,
back
you're
down.
probably gonna want to stop.
So like right here, I think I should put it. I can save here, can't I? Yeah, I can.
To the
Let me
bench,
break these.
yeah, you can say.
I think there's a bench. Wait, where's the next bench? Is it close?
Probably not till after you beat the boss at this point.
Okay, so I'll just save here. We'll do the boss next time. Especially with the fact that Rosie is being difficult right now. I'm closing you out next week, you little shit.
Nowhere is safe.
Alright. Yeah, that'll do for this time. We'll come back and I'll fight the boss next time.
Woo.
It's time to
I'll
leave.
leave.